have to be honest, I always hated how the audio sounds different when I'm recording from my computer, so I'm holding a microphone now. No one complained, no one mentioned anything. I just hated it. Regardless, can anyone tell me how we got to this situation? Sure, the monetization is in a questionable state, the game modes team is doing some really cool things, but above all, even though we are not getting any written short stories, how is League's lore actually getting good? We are getting the comics, we are getting the cinematics, and whenever there is an Exalted skin, technically it is canon, and so we are getting more lore cinematics. It is hilarious how even though everything burns, the story is somehow getting good. And so today we are watching the new cinematic that is totally here because it is teasing LeBlanc's VGU that, as far as I know, is all about LeBlanc. So at first we are gonna react, and then we're gonna break it down. This is a 2-minute video. We will probably be here for a while. I know myself. Alright, first... This is Swain. I remember Swain's teasers being the same.
Noxus,
Easter eggs all
a
around.
name whispered in fear and awe.
That was surprisingly more FPS than the animation.
It stands on a legacy of strength, rooted in its people and their hearts.
This is the first time! I'm pretty sure this is the first time we actually saw the underground below
We are the
Immortal
tribes
Bastion.
that broke the Iron Revenant,
Nice.
survived the Rune Wars,
Nice!
and built an empire united in purpose.
Oh
and
damn!
fear.
Is that Jarvan? That's Sion! That's the skin! Also, it was updated from what I saw. I think it was Jarvan II.
But
And you
our
LeBlanc?
history is a beautiful lie.
She's standing on a chessboard, is she?
Countless seeds I planted over the centuries.
Also, that was Medarda.
They thrived in the shadows,
Damn!
cultivating chaos as their roots grew stronger and deeper.
Damn! Oh, that is Jarvan because that's Demacia.
I took a rabble of barbarians and whispered to them dreams of empire. And look at them now.
That's pretty
ready
cool.
to die for an illusion.
That's pretty good. Damn, that is really good. What the heck? And I thought the Mordekaiser cinematic was cool. Alright, so let's do our duty and let's go back to the beginning and let's just break it all down. So, starting with this, first of all, this is, I am pretty sure this is a reference to when Swain was first teased. Because when Swain got the teaser, the Triforix was revealed, but Swain was originally aligned so that his eyes would fit into the eye sockets of the Triforix. LeBlanc doesn't do that, but like, it's still fine. It's kind of funny how she's standing here in front of the Triforix, while it was always teased that she is a member of the Triforix. So, you know, maybe this is once again what's being teased here, but remember, it was never confirmed that LeBlanc is the faceless one, or pale one, whatever the word they are using now. This threw me off guard, because this hand is animated at just normal, like, 60 FPS, whatever that is, while the animation behind it is like 30. And I kind of love this, how, like, even through the animation, LeBlanc is just throwing you off because you would expect it to be like choppier, but now it's fluid. Very cool. This is like 40-ish level of details. And here we can see the Immortal Bastion. What's really cool here... Can I tell the quarter? Probably not. What's really cool here is that you can see that the Immortal Bastion is actually like cut into pieces. It's like quarters or like... It's like 6-8 parts. I don't know what the word is mathematically. It's like 8 parts. Like 8 districts, and then it goes up, so it's probably gonna be more. But here you can see how it's like cut like pizza slices, and this is one of the pizza slices. It could be the Medarda quarter, we don't know. Actually, that is a cross. There is, nope, I will not be able to tell from this. But this is awesome, because there were some concept arts from on the old Universe website, where you saw a little bit of like, hey, if you go down, you will see some sketchy places around the bottom of Noxus. We never saw what the actual underground looks. And so this is awesome, because like this is what Mordekaiser built originally, and this is where he put all of his like magical artifacts and all of the awful things that he was researching. But this is really Mordekaiser's place. Also, The animation studio that made this, I think they might be reusing models, because if you look at this statue, this is the same statue with the sword that we saw in the previous cinematic with the arena, where like Alistar was shown and stuff like that, because I still have no idea who this person is. This like one person with a sword in Noxus doesn't really make sense. That's usually like a Demacian thing, so I don't know what that is, because I would expect like Mordekaiser statues, but then again, people would hate those because everyone fears Mordekaiser. Speaking of which, here is where LeBlanc mentioned that they were just tribes, and of course she's talking about the Noxcry, Noxidai, and Noxtalai. I think that's the 3 tribes, who are the Vision, Might, and Guile, who all banded together to take down Mordekaiser, who was kind of terrorizing everyone, including Noxians themselves. What are they riding on? Is it the Basilisk? It should be, but I can't really tell. But, you know, of course, this is all related to good old Mordekaiser just building the Immortal Bastion. You can also tell, is it actually slightly different from the previous version? Yeah, oh, that's a cool detail, because this is the modern, this is what it looks now. This is what it looks like now. Here, you can see it's more primitive, because, oh, I didn't notice this. This is a more primitive version of the Immortal Bastion. This is like what it looked like at the beginning, before it was refined. Like, this is the ancient Mordekaiser Immortal Bastion. That's really cool, because here you can see like the bricks, you can see the windows. It doesn't have the spikes on top. I just realized my microphone is in the way. People are gonna love this. Anyway, here you can see the spikes on the top, and so there was some refining of the Immortal Bastion before we got to the proper times. After which we got the Rune Wars. Now here's the funny thing. It was always teased that one of the aggressors during the Rune Wars were actually Noxians, so it's funny that LeBlanc mentioned that they survived the Rune Wars, while they were the ones attacking most of the time, but sure, whatever. What I love here is that they are still using the designs from the other cinematics. They are really good at just reusing models. Pretty good at that. And there will be... Okay, this boss will also come in slightly later, but this is just one of the main gates of the Immortal Bastion, nothing special there. What this could be also referencing is when Mel, in her cinematic, when she approached the Immortal Bastion, you could see, like, mages, who were the blood mages from the Black Rose, but also they were, like, visions of, like, this kind of magic being used. Maybe that's related, but I have no idea, I'll be honest here. This is amazing. So there is so much to break down here. So first of all, holy crap, hold on, do I know that person? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. First of all, Riot said that they will be redesigning the Sion skin a little bit to make it look more like he actually has armor. I don't think the Sion skin actually had this spike on his head, but regardless, that doesn't matter. What matters is that this is technically a living Sion. This is what Sion looked like when he was still alive. He was still a general in the Noxian army. And he is actually the one who killed Jarvan II, who is the father of Jarvan III, who is the grandfather of Jarvan IV. And what's amazing is that you can see this is the original crown that he wore, which is the one that Jarvan IV isn't really wearing because he's using the dragon armor. But this is one of the rare cases where we actually got to see Jarvan the third. Sorry, second, not third. Second is the old one. And you can see there's one guy without a helmet, and I'm trying to figure out, is that anyone we know? Because Viscero was still somewhere in the arena, Xinjiao wasn't there, this wasn't even, I forgot his name, Lord Bavel, who adopted Sona. Shouldn't be him, because Lord Bavel was there for Jarvan III, not second. This is a really long time ago. And it's cool how you can see Sion actually just being pierced, and just, you can see the swords and the spears in him. He's dying here, because of course later he gets resurrected with blood magic. But yes, this is Demacia. Also, it should be slightly more ancient-ish, or not ancient, but older Demacia, but you can see that they still got the same armor, which is cool. Here we have that sketchy statue with a sword. I still have no idea what that is. As we go down below the Immortal Bastion, this is actually... I wonder if this is a reference, because you can see, like, these two sides are on purpose. You have, like, the bluish side and the red side, because this is, like, LeBlanc and Vladimir. This is the iconography of like, what's underneath Noxus. But that doorway specifically, this might be an Easter egg to the short story of Vladimir, where he got the art, where he was just coming out of one of these, like, doorways. I'll show the image on screen. I wonder if that's what it is. Then, of course, we have LeBlanc. Oh, those are chest pieces. So you'll see when she... there we go. When she walks out, she's actually on a chessboard, because anytime the Black Rose is doing anything, they always just use chess pieces. Because, hey, it looks cool. It looks like they are using strategy. And yeah, here you can see that she's on the board. The interesting thing here is that this is the Medarda logo. This is the Medarda family logo. And... she's putting a rose on it, and it withers. I think this is in reference to Mbessa dying. That's what I believe it actually is. Mbessa died, and she's like, not like honoring. Maybe there's a bit of like pity, or I don't even know if LeBlanc has emotions, but it's like she's acknowledging. She's acknowledging Mbessa's death. Really, that's what it is. Because other than that, technically speaking, I have not finished the Mbessa book yet, but there are some things that might be connected. For example, this is not a spoiler, but at the very beginning of the Medarda family, they kind of got included in Noxus after a betrayal of sorts, which could be where LeBlanc already started manipulating the entire family. Also, keep in mind that this is the star with the cutout of the star in the middle. This is specifically a Medarda logo, because Mel has a slightly different version, which doesn't have the star in the middle. So it could be that LeBlanc is actually manipulating the Medarda family from the very beginning. That, of course, plays into Arcane, where LeBlanc was influential in whatever power is happening with Mel. So that's also somehow related. This sprawling route from, like, the Medarda, what this could be is that after Mel got back into Noxus, it, like, started a chain of events that the Black Rose was planning from the beginning, which is how, like, you can see the roots actually crawling out from the Medarda logo, which could also, again, be just Mbessa's death. But from this point on, from Mel arriving in Noxus, something is happening, and now you can see how it, like cascades to, like, everything else. Also, I just realized that is a basilisk. You can't see that behind me, but for a second I thought, like, hey, that looks like the draconic Demacian armor. Probably not, because they are riding on basilisks, so this is still Noxus. And now it cascades back to, now we can see Mordekaiser. The reason why he's here is because the Black Rose are the ones who took him down. Like, they are the ones who united all the Noxians, as you can see here, and they took him down. And they did it with the alliance with Vladimir, and which is what this is. This is how the Black Rose just became a thing. It was after LeBlanc and Vladimir got together. After which, the roots keep going into the Rune Wars. Now here, yep, you can see that during the Rune Wars, this is what I'm getting from this. During the Rune Wars, the Black Rose mages are the ones who defended the Empire from the runes actually being used like magical nukes. Because these are the same sorcerers who were shown in the original Atakan comic, possibly, but they were definitely in the Mordekaiser cinematics. Because these, with like those weird helmets, I remember talking about these before. So, the Black Rose actually saved the Empire during the Rune Wars. And this, so here you can see, this is Jarvan II being killed by Sion. These are all Demacians, because this is the Dauntless Vanguard. Actually, I don't know if it was called Dauntless Vanguard back in the day, but you can see these are the elites. And you can see, this is the cool part. One of the soldiers is being strangled by the roots, which means this was all a setup from LeBlanc. LeBlanc, in one way or another, did something which set up Jarvan II to be killed by Sion. Those stories were like retconned and rewritten a few times, so honestly, I don't know the specific details that are canon right now, but I'm gonna assume that, hey, whatever is in the cinematic now is the most canon version now. But yeah, we can see that the death of Jarvan II was actually set up by LeBlanc, who had someone in the middle of the Dauntless Vanguard just leaking information on his whereabouts and stuff like that. Which of course led into Sion killing him, which then put in Jarvan III. Jarvan III had Jarvan IV, and now LeBlanc is trying to deal with Jarvan IV through their neighborhood. That was all in the Garena? No Garena. Garen novel. That was a bad slip. And then, of course, it goes into Modern Noxus. Now here, I didn't look at these. That's Darius. That is... Oh, that's Draven. It's like, that's the nose, that's the eye. It's kind of weird. It's kind of hard to see. That looks like Darius again, but I'm going to assume it's Swain. Is it a Crow Raven? That is... Okay, so that's Swain. That is Katarina with Dukuto. And there's Mel. So, yeah, the Black Rose is just trying to manipulate everyone. And that is the modern times. And this is really cool because, yeah, if you do like a crosscut of the Immortal Bastion with the underground, yeah, it kind of looks like a rose, but it's awesome. This is the 40th level of details. It is awesome to see that the Immortal Bastion itself is the bloom above, with everything underneath being the roots of the rose, because again, you know, LeBlanc is all about the roots and all about the thorns and stuff like that. This is just so clever. This is so cool. I don't know who thought of this. This is amazing. Damn. Which means, okay, so, and that's how it ends. There's nothing afterwards. So, crazy head time theory. I really do believe that something is happening now. Because I'll be honest, despite everything that's happening with League, the lore is getting really good. And like these setups are starting to get really interesting. Now, we better get some payoffs. Because League has had many of these setups in the past, and we rarely got any good payoffs. But right now, it seems like Riot is actually paying attention and something big is gonna be happening. So who knows, maybe this is gonna go into the next season. I mean, Riot said that the seasons will be connected and there's gonna be some kind of a story going through all of these. So whatever's happening here, it will likely be related to like the dagger with the eye, which could be a Darkin or something like that we saw in the original first Noxian cinematic. Maybe this is all connected, or it should be, because why else would they be setting up something like that? But it seems like everything started with Mel arriving, and then it was revealed that, of course, the Black Rose they banished Mordekaiser. They are the ones who killed Jarvan II, which means they purposefully did something with Demacia. This is also another setup that I would like to focus on. The fact that they want to do, like, Noxus wants to do something with Demacia, because why else would they be so focused on trying to kill the leader of Demacia? So maybe they want to just assimilate them and just conquer everything. But hell, what do I know? What I know is that, goddamn, this is cool. I did not expect all of these amazing cinematics to come out of nowhere, and I am expecting more of these. Which means, we still don't know what the next Exalted skin is gonna be, but hey, if I learn one thing, it is that Exalted skins have canon cinematics, and they bring lore, so we all hate them, but they are content for me. Not just because I can talk about the bad monetization, the lore is really cool too.